Welcome to My Hometown, the program that explores clubs, organizations, businesses, and issues across Nassau and Suffolk counties and sheds light on the different towns that are making a difference.
Hello and welcome to My Hometown. I'm Bill Horan, along with my co-host, Nassau Community College student Corey Kaufman. And today we're shining the spotlight on a local Long Island business that is a Long Island institution.
We're talking about Zorns of Bethpage, and they recently went through some major changes that I can't wait to hear about. Ooh, Bill, I hope our guest bought some free samples.
I'm with you on that, Corey, but we can get the free chicken later. Let's meet our guest today. Her name is Merrill Zorn. She is the fourth-generation owner of Zorns of Bethpage. Merrill, welcome to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
This is going to be a fun show. I know that. First off, we all hear and know the name Zorns. It's been on Long Island for, what, over 80 years now?
80 years is our anniversary.
And it's just west of the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. Can you briefly tell us the history of Zorns? How did it come about?
Well, my grandfather came over from Germany, but we started with 8 farms on Long Island and one in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Bethpage is the first retail store we had. It was a farm. It was a 10-acre farm, and then it turned into 4 acres. He had to sell the property to build the 135. And we started retail in 1940. So the farm was there in the late 20s, early 30s.
Well, I'm just wondering what type of farm. Long Island was known for potatoes back then?
It was a turkey farm.
A turkey farm. Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Very interesting.
Is it true there was a zoo?
Yes. Yes, we
Really?
had live animals on the side.
What kind of animals?
Oh, my gosh. We had a fox, raccoons, peacocks, all types of chickens, silkies. We had rabbits. We had goats, pigs, many, many turkeys, and geese, ducks.
Really, a kind of a Long Island, because Long Island was farmland in those days, right? Now, I'm going back around what year time, just to give us a viewpoint? 1940s?
1940 is when we started the retail. We've had the animals always.
You did? Okay.
Well, they were that was the plant that the animals were, farmed there. They were killed there and sold strictly wholesale. My grandfather strictly sold only wholesale and then became retail.
So literally you must have been one of the first restaurants then, especially a big-time restaurant, because you had the farm right there, which kind of tells people it's fresh, and you had the restaurant right on Long Island. That was when people were starting to come out from Brooklyn and Queens and come out here for the good life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we started. We actually have an ad that says the first of its kind on Long Island. The store, the retail store that we sold fresh chickens, and he had bread and eggs and butter and. I have an ad that actually says that. I
love that when you go into the restaurant and they have either on a board or on the menu a bit of the history of the restaurant that goes back some years. First of all, if it's been there a while, you know it's good. And when you're there 80 years, you know you're very, very good. Now, tell us personally, what does home cooking mean to you?
Oh, that's such a lost art nowadays in restaurants. But, we still make things. Our recipes are the original recipes. Everything is made from scratch. There's 5 or 6 ingredients. We say if it's not in your kitchen, it's not in our food. But everything's made from scratch. We still hand peel potatoes. We actually roast our garlic in the oven for our garlic mashed potatoes. But that's made continually all day long. It's.
I went to a restaurant the other day, Corey, and I didn't realize my wife was telling me, this tastes so much better than the chicken so-and-so and the meat so-and-so. And it's because of those reasons. It's fresh. It's made with the right ingredients. It's made by someone who cares a little more than flash freezing it and defrosting it. And that's why it tastes so much better.
And it's not very cost effective, but we do it anyway. I can't seem to cut any corners anywhere.
But that's why people come to you when they want a good meal. So that's what makes
worth
it
the price.
That's
truly homemade.
And how true are these recipes? Are these the same recipes that you've been using for the past 80 years?
Absolutely. The same recipes. We weren't making all the sides we made 80 years ago.
Right.
But the coleslaw, potato salad, macaroni salad, all the things that my grandfather did in 1940 and 45 and 46, all the sausage we make from scratch, that's all the same exact recipe. The southern fried chicken breader, the rotisserie spice, everything is the same. Anything that's been from the beginning of time is the same, and then things that have been added on years later.
What has changed? Anything?
We have hot sides now. We didn't have hot sides back then.
Oh, you didn't?
No, there was no hot sides in the 40s.
You can't eat fried chicken without mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just thinking as you're talking, I can just see you with the T-shirt. Don't mess with success. Because if you have a successful formula, why change it?
Right.
And if people love it, they're coming back. Obviously, 80 years. I mean, that's like unheard of today. I mean, if we talk about a business 80 years, it's a business that's been out of business, and it's the good old days. And you're going strong, so that's even better.
Thank you.
What are some of the items that you're perhaps thinking of adding to the menu?
So there's things that we have in the back. We just can't seem to get it out there. Chicken and waffles. We have the best maple syrup it took me so long to find the right maple syrup. So we have that.
Are we on the invite list now, Corey and myself?
Absolutely.
All right. Heard that. We'll make sure she has our email and good things like that.
And then we have our traditional chicken sandwich that we can't seem to get. We're trying to get it out there, but we're working on it.
That should be easy. I mean, everybody's going crazy over chicken sandwiches now.
I know. You have to have it just right. You have to, we have to make sure the breading is right, the chicken is
the
right,
pickle.
the bread is right, yeah. And then, so it just has to be the absolute right.
How about catering? Because I would think if someone comes to Long Island, there's certain things, you want to take part in, and Zorns is so well known. Do you engage in catering?
All the time, yeah. We do catering. We deliver all over Long Island. We do a lot of pharmaceuticals. Anybody, it's any corporate. We do a lot of corporate catering. We could deliver it to your house, to your business.
I didn't think of that until we just started asking questions. But that makes the life even better. That if we're having a party, why do all the cooking ourselves?
Yeah.
And to go to you and have people go, this is great. Then we can lie and say, yes, I made it, or my wife made it, or my son made it, or something. So good reasons to do that.
We have people at Thanksgiving time that bring in their own trays and say, could you just put your stuffing in this tray so people think that I cooked it? I said,
all right.
I'm good with that.
And Long Island, someone told me that they were really known, one of the supermarkets, they said, nobody cooks on Long Island anymore. Have you found that?
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Right. That's great
Good
for you.
for business.
Yeah, I can't. We have an older crowd in our store, and some of them still do cook. They still pick up fresh chickens. And fresh turkeys, and they do cook. But not many people do, which is a wonderful thing.
I guess it's wonderful for the two-worker household. And then if you have a pet or children, and some people are still going to school, you have to get advanced degrees. So it's tough to squeeze that in, yeah.
And
it takes a lot of time.
The perfect fit just because we are truly, truly homemade food. If you were going to make cream spinach or garlic mashed potatoes, that's how you would make it, at home.
You're making me hungrier and hungrier, and you're really doing a good job.
The other thing that we do that I don't know who does, and maybe other people do, but we make real chicken stock, without MSG, like real chicken stock with bones and carrots and onions, and it cooks for 5 hours.
Yeah,
and
I was going to say that takes forever.
Our soup or our gravy and our stuffing, we use real chicken stock, and I don't think again, not very cost effective.
Right. Everything is fresh ingredients,
Truly
no
homemade.
Preservatives or nothing.
No, absolutely not. No MSG, no preservatives, nothing. It's just made all day. There's no need. And whatever we don't use, we give to Island Harvest.
Oh, you're very good about that. And is that a dirty word in your business, preserved? I don't mean obviously a real dirty word, but is that something?
It's not even something I ever thought to use. It's just not necessary because we don't need it. It's not, it's not necessary. And I would never use
Corey and I, when we talk to guests about food, and we like to talk about food, as you can see, but it always amazes me growing up here on Long Island. As a child, 3 or 4 days, bread got stale. Now, bread can be on the counter
forever.
4, 5, 6 weeks, and it squeezes and it's fresh. And I'm saying to myself, there's something not right about this. If it's that squeezy and feels like cotton, for a baby, maybe there's too much false stuff in there. And I see you smiling and laughing at me, but that's what makes your restaurant so different. That's why people come back to it, and I'm sure that's why they're healthy and, enjoying it. So
yeah, we when we order bread in, we get it just for the catered order. We don't hold on to it.
So no, it's a real experience. And like I said, the more you're telling me about this, I want to start eating sooner than I should be.
So you are listening to My Hometown on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Corey Kaufman, along with Bill Horan, and today we're talking with Merrill Zorn, the fourth-generation owner of Zorns of Bethpage.
Merrill, in 2019, your restaurant actually moved from your old location to the present one, which was basically next door. Now, a lot of us would say, why move next door? If I'm moving my house, I'm not going to move to the one next door. So what precipitated the move? Was it a larger accommodation or better, more room?
Well, no, I didn't. No, we actually went from 25,000 square feet to an 8,000 square foot footprint. So we moved down. But when my dad died, my brothers wanted to sell the property. So I decided to retain my 1 acre. And I wanted to keep the address. I didn't really want to leave the address. So
well, that's smart. Because everybody knows where it is, and the regulars are coming there.
Yeah, and it's just, that's our spot.
That's your institution, yes.
Yeah,
and you're
so
absolutely right. There's places I still pass that I remember from years ago, and I say, oh, that's where so-and-so was, and that's where that restaurant, and of course it's gone now. But once you identify a location with a spot, you want to keep it. So
yeah, that's
smart
always
marketing.
Be
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay.
And what are some of the improvements for the new location? It's a smaller space, but what are you doing?
We brought a lot of stuff over. We just have new equipment. Our fryers we brought over from what we had, and some are new fryers. But the improvements are the one thing there are 2 things that we added was seats, which our customers were asking for, and restrooms. So those are the 2 things we added. Those are the 2 things that they wanted.
Yeah, that's certainly an improvement.
Wait a minute, we have to clear that up. You did have restrooms before.
We did, but not for customers, not public.
Not public
because we didn't
restrooms.
have to because we were just a retail store.
Oh, I got you. Okay, good. Because I'm thinking, wait a minute, no restrooms? Well, I know it goes back to 1940, but I figured the health commissioner would be back there or somebody would be giving you a hard time.
No. We had quite a few bathrooms, but we had public.
But now the fun thing is people can come in. They can sit down and enjoy it.
We have a lot of old memorabilia also to look at in the store, so it's nice.
Yeah,
I love it that they come in and see because that's what they really wanted. And, you never know if that's really going to work out, but it really, really worked out well.
I'm just thinking, whenever we have a guest on, I kind of see them and I think marketing ideas. But I wonder if your customers, do they ever contribute to, like, the pictures or et cetera of old Long Island? Or maybe they even have a family picture going to Zorns when they were little or children or growing up?
Through the years, yes. Through the years, I've had people have pictures of themselves with the animals in the back. I just had a spectacular customer. Her mother has had a rooster collection, and her mom died, and she didn't know what to do with it. So she blessed me with her.
I'm guessing you mean ceramic roosters.
Yeah, ceramic roosters. Her with her collection, and we have them everywhere, and they're just adorable. And we had our own, but I have some downstairs because they're too nice. I don't want to let anything happen to them, like if they might break. But that was a contribution the customer had just given to us a couple months ago.
I get this picture of a lady walking in saying, here's my rooster collection, and I have 30, 40, 50 roosters coming behind her, and you're stuck there saying, oh, thank you. Just what I wanted, a rooster collection before the lunch rush or something that happened. So
it was wonderful.
Yeah, you're very polite, Corey.
So, like you said, not only do you have bathrooms, but now you have seating areas. How come there wasn't seating areas in the original location?
There was no room, really, and we just stayed the same. I mean, the building was the same when we finally went in 1940 to the retail store. That there's been a couple changes from 1940, but I'd say from 1960 on, it was just always a store. It was never sit down. We had seats outside, but we never had seats inside.
Right.
Merrill, I'm sorry, Corey.
Is that kind of like, is that been a bit of like a growing pain? It's like now you have to like hire wait staff and have like people actually like in the location for extended periods of time? No,
not at all. They just grab their food and sit down.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
it's like
good.
a quick serve thing.
That's good.
I'd love to have wait staff.
Merrill, you're famous obviously for your chicken. How many varieties do you sell? And is there a type of chicken or something that you have that most of us wouldn't even think of?
Well, we have our traditional rotisserie chicken and fried chicken. We have a variety of different wings, but a chicken meaning whole chickens because we have chicken cordon bleu, chicken franchise, stuffed chicken breast. We have a lot of different types of chicken.
So we could go there every day of the week and not double up.
And it's so good, it's ridiculous.
And as you said, the wings, that of course is a popular thing. I think before the Super Bowl one year I asked a local butcher shop or restaurateur, and I was amazed the number because this was a small place. It was, probably half the size of a regular store, not even a restaurant. And I think they were making like $10,000 from this little place. And I said, oh my God, if you're making $10,000, what are some of the places like Zorns? It must be by the truckload coming in when you have a big day like that.
Not so much, but it is in excess of 10,000.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a lot of wings. That's a lot of chickens.
Yeah.
A lot of chickens. But that's the cool thing about chicken is you can do all sorts of things about it. Have you ever thought about doing something like kind of out of the way? Like, is Zorn's going to have maybe like jerk chicken on the menu ever? Is that an option?
Probably not. Our customers like what they like. It's very hard to get something new out there. They come in, they want what they want. We tried to sell fish around Lent, not going to happen. Delicious fish we had. It wasn't happening.
Yeah. And what?
They just want what they want. Yeah. And we just give them what they want.
Sometimes when you're known for that, though, I guess all of us, if there's a place that's known for their hot dogs or their corned beef or something, that's
you're
what
not
we
going to
stick
go
with,
in
right?
there for something else, exactly. But I'm going to get these other chickens stuff off the ground.
That's good.
Eventually.
And what else is on the menu? You tell us a little about your dessert menu and the cornbread. I've heard very good.
Cornbread or apple pies. We have all kinds of other cakes and things like that. Cheesecake, chocolate cake. We don't make those cakes at all, but those are really good. They sell. They're really, really, really good.
You get it from somebody else?
Yeah, they're actually made locally.
Oh, okay.
Like 2 towns down, they're made locally.
Okay.
So, but we don't make them. We have ice cream also made locally for us. But I like it that it's just a couple towns away. It's not far away, and it's all handmade.
Locally sourced, as the saying goes. Yeah.
Locally,
right?
yeah, definitely. And our rice pudding is the other dessert that we make. That's the same as from 1940.
It's all about community.
Chicken salad, all the same. That's ours, though. We make that.
Oh, okay.
Corey, before the show, I was talking to Merrill, and, with this show, we're kind of a nice show. No expose, no Howard Stern stuff that we're doing. But we're going to change that today because Merrill told me about a secret desire that she has, and I'll lead up to it. I said, oh, look, she's turning red now, and she's looking at me. You better not ask me that. But I asked her, running a family business, when you're doing that, did you ever say to yourself, I would like to be a teacher or a nurse or a businesswoman or anything else? And she told me what she wanted to be, so I'm going to ask her to reveal that, and I'm going to get hit by her after the show. But tell us, what is your... No, but almost as out there as that. Go ahead.
No, I've always wanted to be a professional cheerleader.
And I said to you, I didn't even know there were... we see cheerleaders at games, etc., but I didn't even know that was a career. I thought they were models or actresses or something. So you actually are an accomplished cheerleader.
I've been a cheerleader,
right?
since I've been 4 or 5 years old. I started right through college.
Now,
I didn't know. I wasn't thinking of a career. I mean, it was just like this thing in your head that
you did. Young girl,
that's what I would have loved to do. Done.
Now, do you ever surprise the people in Zorns and just go through with 3 flips or whatever they call them, and like everybody looks and goes, "Who's that? That's the owner, the 4th generation. That's Merrill Zorn."
Give me a Z.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Come on, we're getting whole new marketing programs. So you give me a Z. Don't mess with success. Come on, this is, we could be on the payroll, kind of a little bit on, side position. So. No, you're laughing about this, but does anybody other than us, and now half the world, know about it?
Probably not.
Okay.
I didn't think you were going to say it on air. I thought we were talking.
We might discuss this later for the right fee. We might bleep it out, but no, I think that's very interesting, and you're teaching me a lot about it, and of course, changing a career from going from cheerleading was fun, I'm sure, in college. Like most of us, we played a sport or something, but then it's time for the real world, and you seem to enjoy what you do very much. And
I do.
You're making people happy every day because they're eating and they're coming back there, which, as I said to people, 80 years. How many places can you say that's even around 80 years on Long Island? Very, very few. And that's an accomplishment and a great one. So.
Thank you.
Corey?
How many employees do you have? And you're always looking to hire people from the community?
Absolutely. We have 70 now.
70? Wow.
I'm just cooking all day long.
Yeah.
Well, you're really the administration, though. I mean, you're not in the kitchen.
No, I'm in the back of the house a lot, but I'm everywhere. I'm absolutely everywhere.
Is that the main office for Zorns too, or do you have office space that's separate? Or
no, our offices are in the basement.
Everything is right there.
Dwellers,
one location. Okay, so it makes it easy.
Yeah, everything is right in one spot.
So the boss knows what's going on. If you sniff a little bit and say, "Wait, that a little more pepper in that, or a little more salt," is that the deal? So they've got to watch out, or you come up and do those tumbles and knock a few people off. So we're going to have fun. We're going to go in and say, "Where's the cheerleader here?" So we'll get you.
Well, you are listening to My Hometown on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Corey Kaufman, along with Bill Horan, and today we're talking with Merrill Zorn, the 4th generation owner of Zorns of Bethpage.
Merrill, did you ever think this was going to be your life? Like growing up, did you kind of know from the beginning, like, I'll take it over at some point? Or did someone just come to you and say, "Hey, Merrill, it's yours," or was this a surprise?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. I didn't think of moving. I never thought of, what we have done. It just kind of ended up happening that way. And it was a matter of being off the property and letting the store go, and I could never do that. It's the 3 reasons why I did this was my grandfather's legacy that he worked so hard for, my staff, my Zorns of Bethpage family, that I could never let them lose their jobs, and the community that I just adore and I dedicated to my community. And those 3 things are why I did it.
You know, we have a separate show that I do, The Secrets of Success, and just what you're saying, just the care that you said that you were watching out for your employees. And I was just reading another author had sent me a book the other day about being on the show, and when the recession hit around 2008, instead of panicking and everything else, the head of the company came out and told everybody, we're going to get through this. No one's being laid off. No raises are being terminated. No bonuses. The company expanded during the recession and actually did better than ever, their records and their profit ratios, et cetera, because the worry was over. Now they were doing it, and I think that's great. And you said there was 70 employees, and I'm sure many of them, someone as a student maybe putting in a few hours a day and growing up and going on to different professions. So
that's the very first thing I told them when they knew the property was being sold. I said, don't worry about it. I'm taking you with me. Wherever I go, you guys go. If I'm going somewhere, I'm taking you with me. So that was the very first thing, was to allay their fears. I didn't want anybody where their jobs were safe, all of them.
Corey, I'll tell you, and then this is throughout my life, whenever I've been dealing with an office, doctor's office, lawyer, accountant, anything, if every year I called up and I got a new person, Jack or Mabel or Shirley or Fred, okay, maybe it's a transition job, maybe you don't stay there as receptionist, but I loved it when I would call an office, and I knew for 7 years I talked to the same person. And is Al there? Oh, sure, Al's in the back room. I'll get him, or whoever. You knew it was a good organization. The people were treated right. They were happy. They were going to produce a good product. It wasn't going to be, I'm zipping out, the heck with you. You're not going to get your mashed potatoes, or I'm not going to give you your cream of spinach or whatever else. So that's a great sign for an organization. And people who I think are in business recognize it, that when you can say that you care about the people, they care about you, that product's going to be good.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah. So, like being heavily involved with your family, Zorns is also heavily involved in the community around, right? Could you tell us some of the things you do outside of the 4 walls of Zorn?
We do a lot of, I try to help the community as much as I can. We always give to Island Harvest every week, and like I had said before, when we had given our food to the inn, we always donate to the inn when we can.
Yep.
All of our other
recipients.
Yeah, we are constantly giving and thinking of.
And I see here for people who just maybe don't like people, not only do you give to people, but canine companions.
Absolutely.
And I have a page here with just, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then I turn over the page. And these are the organizations you either take part with in programs, donate to. You were telling me, I think it's Island Harvest, that food that you have, they come and pick it up periodically. And this gives them wonderful Zorn's food, and they're living well with it, and that's good. But rather than go to waste, what a good use of product that you have. And again, as part of the Long Island, I use the word fabric because if we think of Long Island, there's certain things that come to mind, and Zorn's is one of them. It's an 80-year-old restaurant that's been here and obviously has a great clientele. But to give back, I think it's a great lesson to other businesses if they're just starting out and want to be part of it, to take an interest in helping others. And if someone is hearing this and says, well, what about we have this charity? Is there a way, do they apply to you directly, or is there a certain website they go to, whatever?
No, we're just so simple. We're not big corporate. A lot of people come in with letters explaining, what their organization is, and that usually goes through myself or Catherine, my office manager. And and we just, depending on, sometimes people like, we can't afford to do gigantic stuff, but we do whatever we can afford to do.
That's nice for another reason. I'm thinking, Corey, I was part of a school program, meaning a charity administration as an adult, and I went to a local place. They said, would you be able to donate a gift certificate or something? They said, send a letter to corporate. In 6 to 8 weeks, you'll get it back. I said, the event is next week, and then this is a mile from your establishment, and this is something that has to do with the local school, children, etc. Unfortunately, they couldn't do anything about it because it was out of their control. They had to go through the corporate. I'm not knocking them for that, but it's so much nicer if
Oh, yeah, you
they
get
deal with a real person like you or your
Absolutely.
administrative assistant.
They're probably going to bump into me in the store anyway. So I'm probably standing there taking the letter.
Well,
from
if you're
them.
doing that
So I'm
cheerleading
always
stuff,
here.
they're definitely going to bump into you because in between the day you're doing flips and rolls and jumping over tables and all that. So,
why is it important to give back to the community around you?
Because they come, patronize us. You just give back. I love that. I love helping anybody who helps us. I love our community.
Now, Corey, we have some more scandalous information. I'm just filled with scandal today. We know that Merrill Zorn was here at Nassau Community College, and she rappelled down the tower building. You want to tell us more than that? And again, you're turning red again, and I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble after this show. I may not be here next week.
How did I miss this?
I've done that.
Let's hear more about this.
We did that 2 times. That was to support EAC.
But that's still, there's more to this story. The tower building, I've been up there, that's like 13 or 14 stories.
Yes.
You got to tell us a little more. You didn't just...
I came down there with our mascot, Skeeter. He's a big turkey. And we both rappelled down together. And, I'm an avid skydiver, so it was fun. It was totally different, but it was fun.
I'm sitting here with my mouth open because you're just saying, it was fun. It was fun. First of all,
13
Skeeter,
stories, it's nothing.
When you say he's a big turkey, is this a coworker who's just a little chubby, or is Skeeter
actually,
a real turkey?
Skeeter is our mascot, one of the professional rappellers. Was
put on
him. So because
mascot meaning like a stuffed doll or a human, or
it's a giant mascot.
Stuffed.
He's my mascot.
Stuffed or
he's a mascot. He's
real.
It's a suit.
A person.
Yeah. It's a suit.
He's a person.
So he is. The way you said ski, I really thought it was like kind of image that you had and you stuffed it.
No.
Like a doll or whatever they call it.
He's a man. He puts on a
like we see at football games running around there. This must have been a sight.
It was hysterical.
Do you have pictures of that?
Oh,
in
yeah.
the Zorns outlet?
Yes? I don't know if we have it on the web. It's pretty funny. No, my marketing agent has it.
Your marketing agent's kind of missing the boat. I'm just saying here, don't mess with success. A picture of you and Skeeter coming down on a T-shirt, I would buy that. Corey, are you with me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we would all like to have that. So,
any future plans for Zorns?
Not for the moment. We're still settling in. We haven't even been there a year yet.
Oh, yeah.
So we're settling in, but I'm sure there's going to be something on the fire in the future.
Or in the fryer.
Sit still. Yeah.
This is a record show. We got to save this and put it in for the award show and that. Anything else, Merrill, you want us to know our audience about Zorns? Are you looking for new people? Are you looking for new locations?
No, we're good. We're probably always looking for new counter staff, but that's.
Well, we'll be looking for you doing tumbles outside, and if you go to Zorns and you're having a good time, ask for Merrill. See if she'll come out and do it. Remember, she wanted to be a professional cheerleader. You can have a lot of fun at her expense and get her in a lot of trouble and get a lot of laughs from her staff. And what is it, Tom the Turkey or whatever? Skeeter. I'm sorry. You will have a lot of fun.
Skeeter the Turkey.
We want to thank Merrill Zorn, the fourth generation owner of Zorns of Bethpage, for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for a lot of fun. I'm Bill Horan. I'm here with Corey Kaufman. We want to thank you for listening to this week's edition of My Hometown.
We'd like to get your feedback on My Hometown. Send your comments to WHPC at ncc.edu. Nassau Community College, where success starts and continues. Till next time, this is Bill St. James. And remember, there's no town like your hometown.